Welcome. Hello and welcome. This is just a practice because we are going to start in just 12 minutes. And here I'm your host, Eve Flood. Let me go there. Oh, welcome. I'm your host, Eve Flood, and today we are going to have my first Hangout of 2016, overcoming fears, daring to dream big and accomplish more goals in 2016. This is the presentation for today. Introduction, the emotional scale, fears versus hope, getting educated in real estate, knowing process to buy and sell homes in Arizona, learning about markets and time, and taking massive action, celebrating 2015 achievements, Q&A. Let's get started. I'm your host, Eve Flood, and I'm a realtor with Kidman Premier Properties. My website is called buyorselkidmanac.com, where the home is, where your home is. And my commitment for 2006 is to engage with my audience, and we're going to broadcast one hangout of 1 hour every Saturday in 2016. And with that, I'm expecting to make 24 plus closings of real estate transactions. That will be a little more than double of what I'm doing right now. I have to tell you that I was in real estate like I was in 1980, 1981. when I finished college, finished high school, and I was going to college, and I was asking myself what type of career I wanted to do, and at that point, I went to a decision. I wanted to become a psychologist because I wanted to know more about why people behave the way they do. I wanted to know about things of the mind and all these things, why people were happy and others weren't happy, and all these things about life. And at that point, I thought that if I pursue psychology, I won't have, I won't be having enough money to live. So I decided that the more logical thing to do was to go and study accounting, since I have three more sisters that were already accountants. So we can work in a team, and seeing that accounting was a very profitable career. Was a big mistake. And then again, with real estate, I have the same problem. Should I stay or should I go? What should I do? What do I want to do? Should I go for the economical part, or should I follow my dream and my passion about psychology, about helping people and coaching? By December of 2014, my New Year resolution was to get my certificate from the RMT training as a coach that I have put off for at least 2 years. That was my New Year resolution. I happened to learn about a mastermind with Curtis Carmelson, something like that, who I'm very grateful for. And by April 15, that was line, the final line. I went there, I got my certificate, and I have it here for you to show it. That's wonderful. I'm excited. Maybe buy people. Yeah, why not? Welcome, welcome, welcome. Here we are, January 9, 2016. It's 4 o'clock in Arizona, and I'm your host, Eve Flood. I'm here to broadcast the first hangout of the year as a part of my New Year's resolution. I'm going to share my screen with you. It doesn't look so good most of the time for some reason. And I'm here. Oh, shit. Go to the first. This hangout is called Overcoming Fears. Dare to dream and accomplish goals in 2016. Making of 2016 the best year ever. That's my commitment. As part of that commitment, I decided to engage more with my audience. I was thinking in my real estate audience, I am a realtor. That's my main profession. And then I realized that I have so many audiences. So this hangout and this information is going to be shared with my other audiences, like my colleagues, coaches from RMT, my colleagues in masterminds, and my colleagues in Toastmasters, family and friends. The things that I want to talk about today is going to be with introduction of who I am and why I'm doing this. Going to the emotional scale, because when we talk about fears, we definitely have to talk about emotions, because fear is an emotion. Originally, I was considering this just to reach my real estate audience. So I was thinking that there are two steps to overcome fears. One is getting educated, and the second is taking massive action. Getting educated, I was thinking, well, in real estate, there are many things that my clients need to know about the process of buying or selling real estate in Arizona. I'm licensed only in Arizona. There are things like knowing the process to buy or sell homes in Arizona, learning about market and timing to buy or sell real estate in the United States. What should a buyer or seller of real estate know about financing? What type of property should I buy? And many other things to learn about. Then I decided, well, this is not really to start with real estate, because I realize we are doing the process of reaching goals like buying a home backwards. We start going around and, yeah, I want to buy a home. Show me the home. And then they tell you you have to have some money. Okay, where can I go? Then they go to the lender, and the lender say, well, how much you make? And they say, well, yeah, I make such amount of money, and you need to have some savings and things like that. So people are just like bouncing around, and there is no clarity on the goal. They don't know what they are. Because I have been there too, we don't know exactly what type of home we want. And if we are able to get it or not. But actually, money is not the problem. It's not the main issue. For what all I have learned of this process about personal development and about setting and reaching goals, everything starts with the idea. What we want, what do we want? Having, having the clarity of what we want, and then from there, move with a plan, take an action, and then, yeah, of course, getting educated in the process. So, this part of getting educated in real estate, I'm going to do it not as a handout, but more like a PDF type of information to share. Now we are going to talk, like I said, we are going to talk about fears, and we are going to put fears against another emotion that is could be hope, higher expectation, happiness, joy, and then I will explain why this here. And I'm going to take a time to celebrate 2015 accomplishments and have some time for Q&A. So let's get started. Who am I? I'm Eve Flood. I'm a realtor. I have a website. It's called buyorself.com. And when I was creating my 2016 resolutions, I was like I told you, I was in 1981 when I was deciding what type of career to take. And I have psychology of one side and accounting the other side. And I decided to go for accounting because I thought it was safer. And I thought that one will solve my financial problem, while becoming a psychologist, it will be just a matter of the being able to have a living. This point was again in 2014 when I was decided about real estate. Should I keep going doing real estate, or should I follow coaching? At the end of December 2014, I decided I'm going to get the certificate for the which I have already paid with RMT, which I accomplished. And in May of 2015, I got my certificate. That has been the New Year resolution that I'm more proud of, because I worked hard for 4 months with a mastermind to get these certificates. And since then until now, I have been fighting myself between following coaching or doing real estate. As of now, I have decided I'm going for the coaching because I want to show my real estate clients that they can reach the goal of having a home if they do it right, if they learn how to follow their passion, how to follow their soul, and learn to overcome not only fears, but all the limiting beliefs that we have, that we have to work hard for the money, that we need money to get things, and many others that we'll talk about later. So I'm here with the emotional scale because overcoming fear, we have to learn that fear is a an emotion, and not only an emotion, it's a negative emotion. There are negative and positive emotions. This uh, figure is showing you with colors, starting from the bottom where we have fear at the beginning with black color. This is at the bottom of the emotional scale when we are really touching rock bottom. And from there, we have jealousy, anger, disappointment, boredom, trust, enthusiasm, joy, passion, love, appreciation. Keeping that in mind, we identify fear as a negative emotion. And not only is a negative emotion, it's not real. Fear is based on events going to occur in the future for past experiences or many other limiting beliefs that you think that we can do it. The things that just keep us on one place, that we are like freeze and stop us for reaching what we want, like we really deserve, and but that we at some point believe is not possible. Anthony Robbins says there are two things to overcome fear: getting educated and taking massive action. So let's learn more about fears. Fear is part of the 7 major negative emotions: jealousy, hatred, revenge, greed, superstition, anger. There are 6 ghosts of fear: fear of poverty, fear of criticism, fear of ill health, loss of love of someone, old age, death. What? What can we put, in which one can we put the one ghost of fear for buying a home? I think that will be maybe fear of poverty, maybe criticism. Oh, there is one that I don't see here, that is, I'm not good enough, I don't worth it, I know I don't know have worth to deserve having a nice house. Thanks God there are many people that don't believe that and they try to buy the best they can at the beginning. So, with that in mind, let's go back to fight fears with positive emotions. There are 7 major positive emotions: emotion of desire, faith, love, sex, enthusiasm, romance, and hope. So, what I was saying here when we were talking about the, oh, it's not here at all, the the positive emotions, we have hope, higher expectation, happiness, joy. Joy. These are at the top of the positive emotions. These are real. We have them within us, and we can use them to fight fears. They are available right now. When I talk about positive and negative emotions, it doesn't mean that fears are a bad thing. Actually, we can, as a part of overcoming fears, use the fears to our advantage. Because fears, being emotions, we can use the to gauge where our level of emotion. We have a fear, we know we are at the bottom, but we know how we can go through the scale. So I'm using fears, and I want to make it as a metaphor, like a fear is a mountain. Mountains are there for reasons like protection, or there are obstacles, but also we can go mountain climbing. So we can climb this mountain, and we can go to the top of the mountain, and we can conquer that mountain, right? So we can conquer that fear, and we can feel proud of it, and we can use it as a stepping stone for our next goal. We can achieve the higher level of a mountain. So let's start from the lowest level on mountain. Let's get all the stamina. Let's get fit. Let's get practice to overcome that mountain, to conquer that first mountain, and then go up to the next hill until we are ready to climb the Everest. So let's take a moment to write down what are our fears. And I also, if you haven't done it before, want you to take a moment to write down your goals for this year. Which mountains are you planning to climb in 2016? So at the end of December, we will say, I have conquered these mountains and I'm ready for the next. So here we go. Our fears. What is our worst fear? What is the smallest fear, whatever you want to start, that you want to conquer in 2016? My fear, and I have to tell you about my fears, it was just, it showed up. In January 5th, this Monday, when I decided to post the invitation for this hangout, I got a cold and my throat just got sick. I got sick. So it was, there were my fears telling me, be careful, you can't show up, you can't shine. It's danger out there. There's too much competition. They are going to laugh at you. They are not going to attend your hangout. And many others of my thoughts were there present on my cold and my throat. And what did I do that day when I started with the cold and my throat it was aching and all that? I remember that at some point when we have the fear, the first thing we should do is to stop, pay attention to that fear, recognize that the fear is there, be grateful to the fear for being there, because it's doing a job. It has a purpose. The purpose is to protect us. Normally, the fears were created over there when we were child, when we were learning about how to move around this world, and we were told, don't do that, don't go there, that's dangerous. You don't touch it, don't do it, don't try. And then when I evaluate my fear, I recognize where it was coming from. I told to myself, I'm giving myself permission to have this fear. And I'm grateful for it because he's protecting me, but I don't need this fear anymore. I know everything is safe. I know what I'm doing, it goes with my passion, my life purpose, with my higher purpose. So I'm okay. And I told my fear, you don't, you are not needed anymore. Your job is done. You can now help me and become my partner in my journey to conquer my mountain. And my mountain of this year is every Saturday a hangout teaching to those who want to listen to me, want to read or whatever, want to attend to learn all what I have learned in this process of overcoming illness, fears, and becoming a better Eve. So I think that I have used and it has been very helpful since I have learned about it is how to keep my emotions high. And for that, I'm using simple things that keep me happy, like practicing gratitude, practicing smiling, and especially I love the laughter yoga because it's very good for the uh, health situations that I have. Meditation, rewrite your brain, exercise more, and help others. So I hope you can take any of these, or if not all of them, away with you today. And if you don't have it in your daily routine, start using one. At least the number one, practice gratitude. Gratitude is such a huge emotion. When we express gratitude, when we say thank you, we are telling the universe, yeah, that's what I want. And you are giving me what I want. And it's so beautiful. And I appreciate it. And I want more of that. So thank you. I do that every night. I have a notebook, and every night I sit and write down. Writing is good because it connects your mind with your body, and having that connection between body, mind, and soul is very important. I learned that too. When I was deciding about psychology or accounting, I didn't know that there is a relationship between body, mind, and soul, and that had made the biggest impact in my life. I guess it's time to celebrate. As I told you before, the first achievement of 2005 for me was getting the certificate as a coach with RMT. RMT is the acronym of Robin Madani's training. They have an institute and they have different kinds of coaching trainings. I only have 150 hours of coaching, but right now I feel like I have more than that. In the last 2 months, I have grown so much as a coach, and I feel so proud of myself. And yeah, I want to share that with you. The biggest experience I had, it was with a friend. He is a client, real estate client, and he had problems with alcohol to some point that during 1 week he just didn't stop, couldn't stop drinking, didn't eat, didn't want to do anything. He wants to die. He didn't want to go to the hospital. The family, he has 4 kids, and he listens to this. He will know who I'm talking about to. And his family was just getting destroyed. As a volunteer for CASA, I just was thinking, oh my God, these kids are going to end in a foster home, and the father and the mother can't do anything. The mother was just uh, taken down with the problem with the dad. She couldn't keep up doing 2 jobs and taking care of the husband and the kids. The kids stopped going to school because they have to take care of the father. The father want to stop his life. He didn't want to stop drinking, and he didn't have something to drink. He was just going nuts. One day, I told them, well, call 911, but he doesn't want to go to the hospital. And then the next day, I said, well, I have to help this family. I have to go at least to help the mom to take the kids to the school and do her job and just help with somehow. When I went there and I started giving therapy to this young man, he's in his 30s. Young man is a healthy guy, he's a smart guy, he's a great father, but the alcohol was just taking the toll on him. And I said, God, I have all this knowledge about coaching, and I started using that information. I worked with this guy for maybe 7 hours that day, and he's a cowboy. He loves horses, and he has used to uh, ride wild horses. So I used this as a metaphor for him, and I created in his mind uh, the idea that alcohol is a horse. The horse at this time, this alcohol horse, was dragging him. He was on the floor and was dragging him, and it was taking him to the hill, downhill. But it was up to him if he had the courage and the desire and had the full here his desire. He's I got I'm looking for the word in Spanish. Uh, that he will get the horse. He will sit on top of that horse. He will hold the horse and he will control the horse. So he had two options: let the horse dragging him down on the floor, taking his life, or to him sit on that horse and dominate the horse. Well, I'm proud to say, and I'm so proud for him too, because he had the courage. And at that point, he made the decision he is going to stay on top of that horse because he is a cowboy, because he's proud of being a cowboy, and he is conquering that horse. I think I had enough saying today. I don't want to take much time with this information. I'm so excited, and I think that I have overcoming my fear of shining, my fear of living aloud, and my fear of sharing my talents. So, welcome to 2016, to the journey of overcoming fears, daring to dream, and accomplishing more goals in 2016. I'm Eve Flood. This is the way how you can contact me. You can find me on my website, buyyourselfkidmanac.com, on my Facebook, Eve Flood-Realtor. I'm also part of the Mastermind Latinas en Acción, the Google community, and my email is thismoneymatters@gmail.com, and please use the subject Hangouts. I would like to hear from you. I have a space for Q&A, and make it of 2016 the best year ever. If not, yeah. I'm back. I give you my presentation. I hope if you come across to this video and you have questions or comments, if you want to join my community or make part somehow on my journey of 2016 and beyond, you are welcome. Thank you. Have a wonderful, joyful 2016 and a weekend in January. Bye-bye.